Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to Agatha All Along Season 1, Episode 1, titled Seekest Thou the Road. In small town Westview, Detective Agnes's murder case sends her down a road that changes everything. So, this and the second episode came out on last Thursday. Unfortunately, I was busy that day, which is why you're getting two episodes this week. You're getting one today, which is Tuesday, and you're getting one in a couple days, which is Thursday. And then I'm just going to be 1 week behind. But yeah, I've been looking forward to this show ever since it was announced. And lately, finding out that this is the middle act of a three-part story with WandaVision, Agatha All Along, then Vision Quest, I'm very interested to see where this goes and also what this does for the broader magic community of the MCU. Because, you've got Doctor Strange and the Sorceress. They're, like, specific wizards that are trained under specific rules at a specific school and then go out around the world to protect it. You've got Wanda, who was born a witch, had her witch abilities enhanced by the Mind Gem and Infinity Stone, and also got corrupted by the Darkhold. Two very different ends of the spectrum. And then you've got witches in the middle, where sure they learn spells from books and shit, but they're a lot less organized than the sorcerers, meaning they can do a lot more, whether that be good or bad. And yeah, I'm very interested to see what this does for Agatha's character, whether this brings her into a more of a grey character, whether she's still a villain by the end of this, whether the teen is actually Billy, because that would be very interesting, and also sort of imply that if he is Billy, then we're going to be getting Tommy in Vision Quest. You know, having just thought of it, that would be perfect if they use Vision Quest as a backdoor pilot for Young Avengers. Like, it's Vision going out and collecting all these Young Avengers. Wild theory, nothing to do with this, but yeah. There's also the fact that I'm very into the occult. I've dabbled into reading about it and everything, and know a few people who claim to have actually dabbled in it, so I'm interested to see how accurate this is to what I've learned, whether they've got actual pagans to weigh in on this like they have with other cultures. I say cultures, I don't really know if pagans count as a culture nowadays, but anyway, I'm just rambling. I've got my Oreo flavored Coke here, and yeah, I'm interested to see some witchy shit. So let's get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. Seekest thou the road? Is she already humming the Witch's Road song? It was shown at, what was it, D23, I think it was? Yeah, I think she was. So, if all of this is happening in her head still, who's playing all these characters? And what is the real Agnes doing? Well, Agatha. Or did Agnes actually become a detective? I don't know, because I've never seen a procedural like this, so. We'll see. What's the one guy just taking photos of her feet? Like, it's a little weird thing to do as a crime scene photographer. Hmm. She's feeling around for a brooch at the side of the Jane Doe with blackened fingertips, and then all of a sudden she finds the brooch. Being very careful not to show the face. Because if they show the face, then they have to say who it is. Hmm. Really? True crimes version? Does this mean we're going to be getting a different version related to what the trial is? And the credits are the characters. Based on the Danish series Wonder Vision? I didn't actually read the whole title there. I thought it just said Wonder Vision, but it didn't. So they are playing characters again. No records. 3 years ago. I thought this was 2 years after WandaVision. Oh, fuck are you? Yeah, I guess Dottie was wrong about there being more copies. Yeah. Bringing your old partner in for the case, are we? Okay, not old partner. Higher up. I will say, crime procedurals aren't really my thing, other than Bones. I found Bones very enjoyable, but most of the time, yeah, I'm not really a fond of cop settings. Hmm. And what are the secrets of the town? Hmm. See, I've still never actually heard the Mother Maiden and Crone as um, goddesses. I've heard it as the Morrigan from like, I think it's Scottish. Or is Morrigan the Nordic one? The version of the Fates. I guess technically Fate's goddesses. I guess they're often equated. So ignore what I just said. Really? Darkhold. Okay, no. The Morrigan was a renowned Celtic goddess associated with war, destiny, and fertility. Legends were purposed with stories of her shape-shifting powers as both a single and triple goddess. Okay. Nicholas Scratch. Senor Scratchy. Where have you travelled? Where where was your life before Westview? Who breaks into a cop's house? Hmm. You're doing a real good job chasing. Excuse me. I'm back being paid. That's not nice. Did you get suspended for punching a suspect? I've just had another thought. What if he doesn't turn out to be Billy? What if he's a humanoid version of Senior Scratch? Her familiar trying to bring her back to a witch's. Yes, way over. Exler, a feminine, a fixer. Hmm. Gonna have to look that up. I wish I actually gave it instead of chanting Latin, but. Hmm. Is your reality falling apart around you? That's not the color scarlet. Scarlet is a much more vibrant red. Hmm, they gave her a first name. Hmm. I mean, there's still one more that we're missing. Hmm. Do you think this was done the same way they did what's it called? The Wizard of Oz? Where she's literally coloured different to the scene? Or did they film her with a black and white lens and then just get another shot with the background so they can impose her on top? She's been naked in her house this whole time. No! I noticed that her fingers do keep trying to go into her witchy. It's just a regular basement. Yeah, that's sounds all scratchy. Is he back in your house? Go, my little demon rabbit. Yep, that means Rio's actually here. Not bad reflexes. This right here is making me want to watch The Craft again. Why would Rio's power? Heh. That's weird. Hmm. Did you really have to lick it to heal it? Again, healing's not usually a green witch power. It's more of a white witch. Really? I would have watched this at least once. There's a lot in these credits. I will say that was a very weird first episode. And was this show completely divorced from Marvel? With completely new characters that I had nothing to know about or anything? I probably wouldn't have picked this up after the first episode, but because it does have that relation, I know these characters. I know what could come. Hey, there's the craft. Think. Hmm. Interesting. So Westfield is a giant pentagram. Or was it pentacle? I think with the circle it's a pentacle. Because we knew it had the hexagonal border, but hmm. Yeah, that was very weird. Um, like I said, had this been completely divorced from the Marvel IP, just a standalone show, and I didn't know it had all the witchy stuff to come, I probably wouldn't have even watched the first episode. Like, if I just saw Police Procedural number 873, I probably would not bother to sit and watch. But it's because I do have the knowledge of the characters and all that that I'm like, yeah, well, the first episode isn't really my cup of tea. I'm interested to see where this goes. It was good to see the returning faces from WandaVision. Like, all the fact that they were given the same names as well while she was under the hex is interesting. It's been 3 years since WandaVision finished. I thought it was only 2, but then again, no, because Wanda got the Darkhold at the end of WandaVision, and that would likely be when it was stolen. So it makes sense that it would be from that point, the 3 years start. Who was that guy in the library telling her about the burnt copies of the books and all that? That's interesting. Because the Darkhold's gone. All copies across all realities are gone, except for the one that exists in Doctor Strange's eidetic memory. Because, like, if he sees something, he remembers it forever. So, it still exists out there. He can tap into that magic. Which could be a way in which that seeps back into the main universe. But, anyway, so, yeah, all of them were burnt out of reality. So, it makes sense that when she gets to a section that's meant to house multiple different copies of the same book that she was looking for, that had the initials of Darkhold, it makes sense for all of them to be burned. But who was the guy speaking to her behind the shelves? Because it doesn't look... Possibly. Gonna have to double check that. No, definitely not. I was thinking maybe it could be Sacha Baron Cohen, but no. But then in some other pictures it looks like it could be. Because apparently he's been signed on for a more magic adjacent role. I don't want to say the name. So it could make sense that he's talking to her about the Darkhold being gone. Once it got out of the crime procedural, like, so about 2/3 of the way through the episode, I picked up, because then we actually had Agatha. And just her grilling the neighbor while completely nude. And then Dottie and, I forget, Harold? Well, they apparently have a young daughter who seemed oddly excited at the fact that her neighbor was just standing in the street naked. And then he was excited to see her standing in the street naked, and she's just like, what are you doing? No, get over here. But yeah, once we actually got Agatha back, I mean, there were parts of Agnes that were funny, but yeah. And just to find out that, yeah, I arrested this kid, I tied him up and shoved him in my closet. Those are the two same things, right? But Rio Vidal, I don't actually know her character. I know that what she's been described as from New Rockstars videos, this is going to be a completely different take on her. So just ignore most of that. Other than the fact that she's a green witch, which is plants and shit. Which, again, healing isn't really associated with that. So the fact that she was able to heal Agatha's cut hand by licking it is weird. Uh, mm, Technically, I could go a scientific route of that, and yeah, but I'm not gonna dive into all of that. Um, the interesting the tidbit of if Agatha stole Rio's power, it would kill her. So is some magic not compatible with certain users? Like, say you're divination specific witch, can you steal other divination, but you can't steal like I was going to say tarot, but tarot is divination as well. For some reason, I can't think of any types of magic other than divination, plants and shit, and healing, which is white. I don't. Oh, obviously black magic as well, but like, I don't know why my brain isn't bringing up any other examples, but yeah, so who knows? Probably find out more about that as the season goes on as to why exactly. Then again, there's the fact that Rio isn't allowed to kill Agatha. Is this a Dumbledore Grindelwald situation where they've got a blood pact to not kill the other? So if Rio kills Agatha, then she would die. If Agatha stole Rio's power, which, as we saw with the Salem witches and what she almost did to Wanda, that would kill her. So, sort of, excuse me. So it's sort of a you can't kill each other at the cost of your own life sort of deal. Which, I mean, if you're witches, known for being a bit sadistic, which Rio definitely seems, and we know Agatha was, it would sort of make sense that when you start a relationship, you do put precautions in place. That could be an interesting thing. Because Rio seems like she's going to be an antagonist, or at least an antagonistic force, to the goal of traveling down the road. Yet she also seemingly is the one who wanted Agatha out of the hex and enlisted teens to do it. Though whether that she just wanted her to show up as a blip on the magical radar so that the Salem 7 could track her down and kill her, maybe. Or maybe she wants Agatha to get her powers back. And she's just playing up this sadistic role because that's how Agatha would remember her. Because she did say her heart still beats for her. Curiouser and curiouser. I don't know, we'll just have to keep watching to find out, obviously, but like I said, the actual Agatha part is very interesting to me. I just don't really jive with crime procedurals. Except, as I said, Bones. Bones was funny. I may or may not have a couple months ago when I was on my holiday, the day before we flew back, so it was we were leaving the hotel at like 2:30 in the morning. I stayed up until midnight watching a Bones marathon that just happened to be on TV. Yeah. But every other attempt at watching crime procedurals, even this, does not gel with me. Even Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like, I like the characters. It's just the actual police stuff just has never interested me. It's why I've never thought to travel down that path. That and my numerous things that would make me ineligible to pass the exam, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, we've got the second episode already here. I don't know whether I'm gonna react to that today or if I'm gonna wait until Thursday to watch it. Who knows? I guess with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.